Let's just pull the skid plate. Let's do that.
You know, I could help.
What's up, Lite, Brite Nation? All right, so we're back at home. Got the stepchild emptied out. She's filthy. Before I clean it all up, I wanted to get the Atlas shifter cables back in. So I ordered the Atlas shifter cables and new stickers. You do need handles come off from a screw on top, but then there's little stickers to cover them to make them look nice. So I have to replace those. I've already torn into the interior, so I want to see how bad it was before I started filming, because I didn't know how good of a mood I was going to be in to do it. But it's really not too bad. Let me show you. So the cables are here. They go to this bracket. So they just slide into these little notches, and once you have the center console out, you can push them all the way back and slide them in and out here. The center console comes out decently easy. There's basically a screw here and on the other side, and then in the back, the e-brake is just 3 bolts, 3 14s down there. I don't know if I had to pull it out, but it does kind of go over this. I just wanted it all out of the way. And then there's a couple plugs to undo to get the console completely out of the way. So it's really not too bad. There's other how-tos on YouTube that show you how. And then there's, to get the shifter off, there's just one set screw down here. So that's not too bad either. There's one Torx. So it's one Torx underneath, and the shifter just slides off. And then really the whole thing, once you pull these 4 bolts out, the whole thing just lifts up and out. It's really not bad at all. There's one clip right here that just needs to pop out. So they made that pretty freaking easy. I was gonna actually pull the seats out to have more room, but it looks like I'm okay. I don't even know what some of this other stuff is. So now the cables, I gotta push down from underneath. I may have to pull the skid plate to get access. I don't know, we will see in a moment. But underneath is gonna be the not so fun part. But to tell you the truth, I would love to, hold on, doorbell. Let's see what we got. Oh, Britt, your dog food delivery's here.
Are you excited? Are you excited? Okay, so this is actually really exciting because this is our first ever box from the farmer's dog, because in a recent video, a lot of you guys commented that Jelly Belly here had gained a couple of pounds and was looking a little extra fluffy. And honestly, at that point, that's when I kind of realized that I really wanted to give both Peanut Butter and Jelly a healthier diet. So I did a little research and I found the farmer's dog. I got to take a fun little personalization quiz for both of the dogs. Definitely will eat anything. It's just a couple questions to help them better understand my dogs and help them plan a healthy, fresh diet for each one. Now, what stood out to me about the farmer's dog is it's real fresh human grade food, meaning that it's made in human food facilities with the same safety standards as human food. And it was delivered right to our door. Each pack is pre-portioned based on our dog's exact needs, which makes feeding super easy and will help me keep Jelly's portions under control without any of the guesswork. And they are awesome enough to include a free bag of snap sticks. Yoink. And this reusable storage container to help keep things nice and tidy in the fridge. They even include this awesome transition guide to help you make sure that your pet and their digestive system acclimates properly to their new diet. First taste test, get it, go. It's basically gone, almost immediately. I say that's a win. And because we partnered with the farmer's dog on this, they were awesome enough to give us a way to give you guys 50% off of your first box of freshly made dog food. All you have to do is click the link in the description below, or you can even scan this QR code here, and that will give you 50% off your first box, plus free shipping, plus 24/7 customer support. Hey, pups loved it.
Okay.
Mwah. You can tell them more about the Jeep now.
Okay, still just trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this. And to tell you the truth, I'd love to cut out the floor and do direct, no cables. Although, I mean, I guess I've never really had a problem with the cables, but until now. And I actually got heat shielding for the new cables, so hopefully that'll keep them from being melted. So this just wraps around it after you install it. Well, unfortunately, I have to pull the skid plate. It is what it is. We have them P-clipped here, which I can get to, but then they're P-clipped way down there, which I can't get to without. I don't think so. Well, maybe. Actually, it's probably easier just to remove the skid plate. There's that one. I could get to it. I guess I could try. The hardest thing is gonna be, we gotta pull that off up there and thread them in. Yeah, so the cables need to thread up there. See, I do have them wrapped, but they're not, it's not very insulated stuff. It's just kind of a little barrier. Yeah, let me see what I can do. Yeah, all right. All right, I'm just gonna pull the skid plate. I think in the end it's less frustrating just to have everything out of the way. Like I didn't have to pull the center console completely out and undo the extra wires, but it's just nice when you're working in tight spaces and maybe your patience runs a little low. I like doing upgrades that are fun and like do something new and fun and exciting for the vehicle. Doing routine maintenance or when you break stuff or melt stuff or whatever and having to undo stuff that already worked just to get it to work again doesn't just sit right in my mind. I need to change that mentality, right? Because I go to have fun and we know things happen, so this is just part of the game. It really is. But for some reason my brain is very wired to only enjoy doing fun upgrades. Bigger tires, different wheels, bigger engine, like stuff that is an upgrade, not just getting something back to working how it was. But I think that's just a mental thing I have to deal with. Let's just pull the skid plate. Let's do that.
You know, I could help.
Oh. Nope, leave it there.
Okay.
Because that's just gonna have to go back.
Okay.
Hey Dan, at Next Venture, can I get an aluminum skid plate, please? Ta-da! All right, so I got it down, pulled it out, and here you can see where it melted. So this thin stuff, I'm gonna put this over what they gave me, like, because each one is gonna be wrapped. Oh, look at that, it's melting them together. No wonder the other one was also hard to shift. Oh yeah, that was. So I'm gonna put the individual sheathing and then I'm gonna put this over it as well. So it'll be triple protected. Kind of wild, I don't know, because this part was up there. How did that get so hot? Interesting. Oh well, I'm gonna pull this out and see what I can do. Holy crap, that was kind of a pain in the butt. I had to cut the sheathing. So there's multiple things going on here. You have the sheathing, you have these outer wires, and then you have this inner one right here. It's kind of hard to, you have this inner one right there, and then the protective outer one. To get that unscrewed from out of the T-case with everything still in the vehicle, you actually want to twist this shaft, like just twist this. And that'll spin this other side, because this is different from this is different from this. These are all different sleeves and different things happening. So this one wasn't as melted, wasn't as bad. I put some vice grips on this and just twisted it and it unscrewed. This one I tried that and it would not come undone. It's taken me like 1 to 2 hours. I was thinking it was getting caught on the sheathing being melted to it. So I started cutting all the sheathing off. I think it was just bound up. There's a lot going on, but I finally got it. And the new one, I probably need some help. You gotta get it lined up in these holes over here, through there. So it's gotta get lined up with that hole, and then you can turn the other end of it and thread it in. So we'll see what happens. That's gonna be super fun for sure. All right, finally got it. Got the protector on it. I haven't secured those down yet. I have this on here. I think I already showed this before. I don't think it's gonna be on here much longer. It was a downpipe blanket for my BMW, but it didn't fit. But the ribs on the skid plate are just eating through it. So it's just gonna shed fiberglass everywhere. I was using it to protect some heat from the transfer case and the sight shield that shows you how much fluid's in the transfer case. But I think I'm just gonna wrap it like that or get some better stuff. But anyway, I do think I want to get some like shielding. I wanna go see if a store has it. I'm sure they're probably just all over junkyards. It's just what people, what manufacturers use for shielding. It's a piece of aluminum. It comes on the Jeep back where the muffler and stuff is at, but all my stuff is gone. I have some right here that I'm using for my exhaust back here. Maybe I'll just cut off that section over there or something. Anyway, I want some of that to then go around to create a barrier, a heat barrier and an air barrier between it all. So I just need some of that stuff. Other than that, I'm gonna put her back together, I guess. Looks about ready to go. All right, so next up, the sight tube. You can see this should be clear. The exhaust was so hot down here that it was melting the sight tube, and it even melted
These little plastic, I'm not really sure. I guess it's supposed to maybe help keep oil from seeping by. Ooh, that stinks. I just cracked it open. So I'm gonna drain this and replace this guy. And this is what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, nice and clear so you can see the fluid, not brown. So generally you just go ahead and drain it right here and refill it. And refilling it, I believe you take off this top one and you pump it in through the top one. But since we're pulling this tube off, I guess I'm just gonna drain it here. I don't know if it's how much. Is it gonna get all over me? There we go. That oil always stinks so bad. All right, so we'll get that drained and put our Redline MTL in it. MT90, I guess, is what we're going with. And I bought this little syringe to do it off of Amazon.
With the transfer case fixed, I actually have a big surprise for the stepchild. I mean, I can move on to an actual upgrade. So, you know, I've switched to 4217 Nittos, right? Nitto came out with their new 4217. They've been doing great. Drove them all over Colorado. Wonderful. Except I've always wanted to run the 42 K-Specs. Brittany's been running them on her buggy, but I want to run them on the stepchild, which means I need a 20-inch wheel. So I had some Baja-built Lite Brite Outlaw 20-inch wheels commissioned in the forged variety, so I could finally run the 42 Nitto K-Specs. Now, Northridge 4x4 does have all the cast shipment in for two different wheels, the Outlaw and the Renegade, in multiple colors and the raw machine finish. So you can head on over to Northridge 4x4 and get the size and color that you want, and with a new upgraded design. But in the meantime, check out the stepchild's new wheel and tire combo. So I got the wheels ready to go. We got the Revo deflators in there, so we got those ready to go. I'm waiting for the TPMS valves, so the rubber valves of the TPMS, and then I've got the Nittos right over there ready to go. To mount these up later today. All the hardware ready to go. Just waiting on the TPMS. I do like having my TPMS. Oh, I did just weigh the tires and the wheels. 162.3 is total with the 42-inch Nitto K-Specs and our Baja built Outlaw 20s. That's pretty heavy. For comparison, I want to say, so that's 162. The 17 is 32 pounds, and the tire is 113, 123, 133, 143. Where was I going with that? 43, 44, 45, 145. That took a while. 145 versus 162. A decent amount of extra weight to run a 20 and a 42, especially the 42 K-Spec, which is really heavy and robust, but never had a failure in one of those guys. So we'll get those mounted up here in just a little bit as soon as my valve stems show up today. But while we wait on those, the stepchild isn't the only thing getting an upgrade. The Beamer here got something in from overseas, and it's super sick. I don't know if you guys have heard of PTB Racing before, but oh my God. I just got a twin disc for them. So I make everything in-house. This is, I believe, for 1,000 Newton meters, but also gonna be soft as stock or softer. Look at this twin disc. So we went with a hybrid setup. Look at the attention to detail. I've never even seen a twin disc clutch this nice. So we went with a 8-puck. Look at all the gears and everything to lock in to the mid plate, to the floating plate. So you can't get that wrong. You can't install this clutch wrong. And then we went with the full face. It's hard to see it, but I have a full face disc in there. So that's the first disc, and it's already sandwiched and already ready to go. It's already exactly where it needs to be. And then this guy, this just locks into place. So bolt that up as one whole unit, lock that in, pressure plate on, and you're good to go. So the reason we did this was for streetability. So the full face disc down there is for nice engagement, and this is for drifting. My car makes about 700 wheel. That is absolutely incredible. I can't wait to get this thing on. That's crazy. That's awesome.
that's it. Good job, boo.
Yeah. Ready to go? Let's go test the baby out.
Stepchild's fixed. Gotta go wheel it though. Make sure that it's performing.
Jump it, wheel it, whoop it.
I mean, for you, I guess. Honestly, yeah. When we were describing what you're about to go do, probably. Anyways, we're going to test it out before we go wheel it all the way across the East Coast. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all your Lite Brite Nation merch and decals at litebritstudios.com. As always, we love you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys. OSHA approved?
Nah, we don't need that.
You don't need no OSHA? What happened?
I forgot the springs.
Oh. What happened was